the very heart of North Carolina, in the capital city of our state, crowded in by the big shoulders of a thriving metropolis, there's an extraordinary piece of land. Quiet, beautiful, peaceful, patient. A piece of land that's taken millions of years to create. A piece of land that would be one of the great parks in all of the world. Now the time is fast upon our leadership in the legislature to make a critical decision. A decision to set aside this land and declare it a park district. Not only for this generation, but far more important, for all the generations to come.
I'm a son of Raleigh and a son of Central North Carolina. I was born in Raleigh at the old Rex Hospital. My memories of the Dorothea Dix Reservation and the special feelings I have about this may be deeper than many. They flash into my mind inevitably. A vision, a comparison, the Central Park. One marvels at its balance, this vast, open, beautiful area. The Dorothea Dix Reserve has come down to us, entrusted to us, over 150 years. A trust that came to us from the wisdom, the generosity, and the compassion of Dorothea Dix.
I've been coming out here for 12 years, enjoying this beautiful open space, relaxing, walking my dogs, enjoying nature. What is 300 acres, what is left of essentially 2,000 acres that was once the Dix Asylum.
It is a project that comes to you once in a lifetime. It transcends geography. It transcends individual interests. It's really a holy piece of land, the most beautiful land in Wake County, and it'll turn our state into a destination.
It ought to be made into something like a Central Park or the Bois de Boulogne in Paris. It just should. We've got a great opportunity here to do this.
Many of the great cities in the country and in the world had the foresight to set aside property in the middle of their urban area for a park.
Whether it was in France or in England or Scotland or Germany or Japan, wherever I was in my travels, I always loved the notion of finding a park.
Development of Dorothea Dix property as an oasis in the middle of a corporate center, I think is an excellent balance for Raleigh and the Wake County community.
Think of this as a Central Park of North Carolina. Thousands of people go into Central Park in New York every day. It crosses socioeconomic barriers. All people can enjoy it. It's free. It's a place that they can go for solace, for relaxation, a place to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city.
Its main charm and beauty, I can't improve on that. The only thing that I could do is protect it.
Preserving this final 306 acres of the Dorothea Dix property is important to all of North Carolina. What a fantastic setting in the heart of our capital city for sanctuary, for sustainability, for renewal.
On a day like today, there are not many people here, but I could see the day when there'd be thousands of people enjoying Dix Park, rollerblading, bicycling, hiking, picnicking, flying kites.
Many cities and states are having to go out and buy property at high prices to create open spaces and parks. The state of North Carolina already owns the Dorothea Dix property, and it could be enjoyed by all the people of North Carolina as well as all of our visitors to North Carolina for many, many generations to come.
I see tremendous not only possibilities but redemptive power, economically, culturally, artistically, that if this city park takes place, we can really do Raleigh like Florence was in 1585.
There's different kinds of pollution. There's water pollution, air pollution, and there's visual pollution. And you don't want visual pollution in the edge of Raleigh, and you don't want visual pollution in the mountains of North Carolina.
Once that parkland, that pristine open space is gone, it's gone.
Citizens really, in essence, are forced to develop their land because they can't afford not to, because of property taxes. So when the state has an opportunity to protect a piece of property like this that's undeveloped, I think it really is inherent upon the state to do it.
Parks in the middle of urban areas make those areas extremely attractive.
Across the country, those who are elected officials, leading citizens, developers, and environmentalists are often coming together to figure out how we balance the needs between preservation, conservation, and development. We want both, and we're beginning to find some wonderful ways in which preserving islands like those proposed by the Dix Initiative are very complementary to development on the border and on the fringe. They become real magnets for residences, magnets for small businesses, magnets for cultural and artistic endeavors.
When the first explorers came to North Carolina, they described it as the goodliest land under the cope of heaven. And when we preserve green space, we can still see what they saw. We can still imagine what they saw. And we have that opportunity today in preserving this 300 acres.
There's nothing like late evening sunsets and the sparkling of stars to give you the sense that there is a reason to get up the next day and start all over again. I think Dorothea Dix would have wanted that for this community.
This treasure that can hold it all together for us, a cultural and spiritual, aesthetic, intellectual center of gravity.
We ought to be thinking about 2-3 generations from now. We ought to preserve the land.
I would like to see my grandchildren be able to come over here and play on these grounds and see the beauty of this property and enjoy it like I enjoyed it when I was growing up.
Our opportunity is now for that 100-year vision, that 50-year vision that we need to have to protect Dorothea Dix Park, or Dix Park, for its citizens 50 years from now.
This is among the great acts of statesmanship, vision, imagination, and generosity that we of our time may give to those of times to come. We must preserve that.
When all is said and done, it's about time. It took countless years to create this land. Shouldn't it be preserved for countless more?